Historically, since 1994, as the ANC legitimate and confident, we were able to manage that delicate balancing act of preventing that flammable social tinder of inequality and marginalization from catching fire. And indeed, hope was one of the stocks in trade that sustained our people and their confidence in the ANC. But if we start to perform poorly, if from reports, court judgments, reports of the public protector and so on, manifestations of corruption hit our people in the face, they also destroy that hope. And the social tinder will catch fire. And when there is a sense that the central authority is unable to exercise that authority and doesn't enjoy legitimacy, the social tinder will catch fire. Sometimes there won't be direct links between things that happen and that reality of a declining legitimacy. And by the way, when our people complain about corruption, sometimes it's because it hits them directly. A case in point. If we were to look at those monies that were spent in Nkandla, we are not saying who is responsible and guilty and so on, but the monies, those funds were taken from a program in DPW, Department of Public Works, that was supposed to deal with dolomite in Gauteng and inner city rejuvenation in Johannesburg. So it was money meant for the poor. And so when they respond in the elections, it's not because they are theorizing, it's what they actually experience. And so when we say we need to get rid of corruption, it's not only about theory and about the fact that it challenges sense and sensibility and morality and ethics of the ANC. It's also because of the impact that it has on the mass of our people. Now the danger is that when the social tinder threatens to catch fire, manifests in various ways, the danger is that the security agencies can then become the first and last line of defense. We end up depending on the security forces rather than on social delivery, on exercising our authority and legitimacy. In other words, if the narrative about corruption and the reality that is demonstrated all the time continues, if delivery slows down, the legitimacy of the state and the polity will be undermined. Amongst others, it proposed that we should look at a system through which we can vet candidates, especially for the most senior positions in the ANC. Amongst others, it proposed that you need a structure, some form of electoral commission, so that if you want to be president, you indicate to that structure, you submit your CV, they do, what is it called, lifestyle audit. So there shouldn't be surprises now that you are already a leader. And why they do this, vetting, amongst others, it is in order to protect the political and ideological integrity of that entity called a political party. If you don't do that, you easily get captured. some, I won't say that I'm amongst them, have raised the question whether we do not in fact have ultra-democracy in the ANC. Anyone with minor qualifications can stand. Branches get bought. And this can happen with money stolen amounting to tens, if not hundreds of millions from government. And you have voting cattle in ANC conferences. Anyone can take over the ANC. There's nothing to protect its ideological and political integrity.